Hello, everybody.
You got spare game codes or any digital goods? There is a place you can sell them in less than 1 minute. Watch. Go to g2a.com. Click Start Selling. Fast login. Go to My Account and click on Selling tab. Sell new item. Enter name, code, set a price. And done. G2A.com Digital Marketplace. Global selling simplified.
And welcome to your broadcast of the D2CL third place matchup between OG as well as the Golden Boys. I'm Toby1, your host for the English live stream tonight. I am joined by Clairvoyance as I had to sub out my casters. I went from a South African to a... I can't do a Canadian accent. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, there is none. Just add an A to your statement and you're fine.
An A?
Yeah, A. Yeah, A.
Yay?
Yeah, A.
Well, is this meant to be like the Singaporean version? It's like, nice la, but len la.
That's Singaporean? I thought that was Chinese.
That's Singaporean, man. That's Singlish. To basically.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, to do Singlish correctly, you have to add la to the end of almost every sentence.
Why is it that the Chinese are known to do it then?
My knowledge of la doesn't go that far.
Well, let's hope we can study up on it a little bit more before we bring it up next time.
Yeah. We'll ask some people in Chinese places that know. Let's get to our game, man. OG, they had they're coming off the back of a 2-1 loss. They lost to Team Empire, and the big thing, Scant, I don't know if you were able to watch the games. I know it's pretty early where you are. But one of the big things that Scant and I were talking about was the fact that OG, they seem to get these wonderful drafts. They even when you're down 6 kills in the early stage of the game, they're still winning in their laning phase. And then all hell just falls apart during one fight, and they lose momentum after that point, and everything is gone. They lose to snowball lineups when that kind of stuff happens. So I'm hoping not to see that again this game, just because it's really depressing when you see it.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, for me, this team has been strong, top 2 in Europe in my head, to be completely honest with you. I would say between them and Alliance, they have like a slight edge. Not just because they qualified for the majors and kind of beat everybody in the process, but you know, it's I think it was between us that we were talking about. If they had a better bracket setup or better tournament format, then they would have been the finalists at MLG, because they're the ones that knocked out EG, and a lot of people forgot about it. Well, knocked them down to the lower bracket anyway. But these guys are good, and I've been saying it for a very long time, and I'll say it again. This is a really strong roster with 5 very talented individual players. And they've been picking a lot of random stuff. Their first picks are kind of open like these. They'll just grab the SF whenever it's available. And of course, Dazzle's just a strong hero, a couple Undyings here and there. But they've been playing so many matches. I feel like they're kind of experimenting with matches too.
Yeah, yeah, it's the small modifications they can change around. Like you remember what it used to be like a year ago, where I remember, actually no, if you go back 2.5 years, back when Alliance was kind of destroying all, and then they hit this big drop because they just played game after game after game after game. They traveled to a LAN event. They never had time to practice, never had time to develop new strats. And we turned into a meta of the micro changes. Like you'd switch one hero out, you change a slight timing or item build, and that would be the way you would win a game. Like OG, they take the Dazzle almost every time. This is now the third game of SF tonight, and he has been banned or picked in the first 2 every single time by OG. He was banned in the first 2 by Empire in the previous game. So the Bane appears once again too. So it's like OG aren't mixing things up too much tonight. Don't want to reveal too many things as well before the major.
I'm surprised they actually opted for Bane over the Winter Wyvern, but Bane is kind of like a decent known counter to Darkseer in the lane. What happens is you Nightmare him, and then you can set up for a kill before he's able to get the Surge off, or you Nightmare after the Surge even. But it's kind of like you have Dazzle, which is a really amazing scaling support, And then most of the time, people opt for like the Winter Wyvern Dazzle combo, and then 5 manning becomes really, really powerful. And Wyvern already gives you like that split push ability as well as a couple other things. Bane's somewhat, I guess, he's a hero that tends to show himself in the lanes until level 6. And Golden Boys has a lot of heroes that already do that. So in terms of like a strategy, I think I think OG had the Bane in mind just to counter the Wind Ranger in general with Enfeeble and Darkseer and stuff.
Hmm.
But I don't know. It does kind of feel like it limits their pick a little bit here.
It's no, I'd agree with you if I didn't watch the Bane the last game. Because I've seen two Banes already tonight, and one Bane did go that early and feeble, and you're like, what's this guy really going to achieve? And then the other Bane was really aggressive, combining double nukes when you have that brain sap plus whoever's in the lane just hits so hard. It's actually really great ways to find early kills.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't actually just think this Bane's going to take some time before he shows himself in lane and has a presence beyond Enfeeble. But
Oh no, I think he will definitely have a presence, but that's kind of what I'm hinging on is that if he has that presence, then they have like all these heroes that kind of have to all in and make sure they win their lanes. And Golden Boys, they just got counterpicked pretty hard. This is one thing I really don't like about picking Queen of Pain and Wind Ranger together. They're both Intel cores, they're squishy, they both need a lot of farm. And in some games like these, they'll need like a BKB to fight, I think. And even then, I'm not sure how optimal it is. But right now, SF like outscales every hero in this game.
yeah,
So I would say OG right now, their lineup is looking really strong with the 4 picks.
is there really like how many heroes are there that play the mid currently that scale better than the SF?
Mid, definitely, he's definitely the best, I would say. I mean, the other one I can think of is like Tinker, but he's too niche right now. Like, he's too hard to counter, or he's too easily counter, and that's why heroes like that you can't pick early in the draft anymore because there's too many counters available.
Maybe next time. Slightly hate you for that. Meepo ban is going to be coming out. It's only I think it's the second time he's been banned out. I think he was banned once in the 5th position ban as well in the previous series.
Yeah, Meepo destroys Golden Boy's lineup for sure. There's so many sources of like fixed or instanced damage that like once they blow their load, they're not gonna have any follow up to kill the Meepo.
Yeah. And Meepo's control factor would have been crazy. Like Queen of Pain who can't blink, you got the Darkseer, the Wind Ranger, Night Stalker. They all rely on high maneuverability. And an Alchemist last one. I have not seen this guy in a while actually.
Have you not?
No, I haven't. I haven't. Well, not as far as casting. Like, there's been a couple of games where he's popped up here and there, but
Yeah.
like this whole I can control the bounty rune kind of age is it disappeared for a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of did because I feel like teams have started playing it and then they just kept seeing the Alchemist lose at the higher levels. I think Meepo was one of the teams. Like Secret just shut down like every Alchemist picker with just a Meepo, and I mean it's like Dota is a result-oriented game, right? Like you see a couple heroes lose some tournaments and then all of a sudden you lose faith in the pick. But I think right now in China and in NA, so only excluding Europe, Alchemist is still getting picked. And I don't know too much about C, but yeah, Alchemist is still a pretty potent hero, I would say. Especially in this kind of game, like if OG can't be aggressive early on, if they can't punish the Alchemist with the SF really hard, which they definitely can, but whether they do it or not is like a different question. Then I can imagine the Alchemist becomes a real problem.
I'm wondering too, what is the purpose of this Nyx Assassin? Like,
It's just to counter the 3 heroes, right? You see Queen of Pain and Darkseer. I think the immediate hero that comes to your mind is Nyx. They're 2 cores that need lanes, and as they scale in the game with items, Nyx Assassin still like destroys them. So I think it's not a bad pick. If anything, I still wonder about the Bane. Like it limits their, I guess AOE options, and they picked up the Centaur here now. So yeah, I feel like OG have the tools to fight Golden Boys later on, but they need to shut down the Alchemist.
yeah, that they do. But okay, so you talk about shutting down an Alchemist, but I'm also looking at a lineup from OG that can't do that in the early stages of the game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
So-
that's
so
what I feel.
What do you? Like, do you look for that sweet timing? But that timing then almost has to wait till like the end of the first nighttime cycle, or else Night Stalker could counterattack and you lose everything.
Well, the first night itself, I don't think it's too bad. Night Stalkers in general, like in the first night, if they're not getting a good lane, like mid or 4 position support that's been roaming everywhere, they're not going to be that high level. So their aggression is not going to be too strong, especially when you have like a Dazzle and Bane in the fray, because they're very extremely defensive supports. They're hard to kill. They save carries and like all these other things. But in general, yeah, I think they're looking for a timing around the 20-minute mark where they just completely snowball the SF and push. Because if they don't, I do see them like just falling to the 5-man lineup of GB down like 30 minutes down the road or something.
Well, let's see how it's all going to come out. It's we are going to be starting up our game and seeing where everyone's going to end up. Golden Boys, it's the battle for third position in the D2CL. We will be having our grand final at a date yet to be scheduled. It could be Thursday, it could be after the major. But as Team Liquid to go up against Team Empire is the matchup facing us for that best of 5 grand final. This is a best of 5 lower bracket, our best of 5 third place matchup in the D2CL. The whole thing is online for D2CL.
We haven't seen these in a very long time, have we? Third place matches? I can't recall the last time I've seen it.
Well, everything has just become like double elimination, or you just
Yeah.
I actually know it's all become double elimination. There's very few competitions that don't use that. ESL's one of the very few, but that's also because that's their motto, vision, stubbornness, like all put
scheduling
together.
with the arena time.
Yeah, actually scheduling with the arena time really dictated so much. Right now, dictating the fight, it's going to be Fly. He gets the heel off, needs to move himself back. The hoof stomp doing some work, and they're able to get that first blood off. It's going to be the Night Stalker going down, and maybe more. Skylark running himself out of here. Fly has himself another heal available in case someone gets in trouble. But OG is going to back up. Nortel had to commit so heavily into that. He took so much damage for it. And who ended up taking out the runes? So it ended up being a bounty rune to the Alchemist, and a bounty rune to the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah. Oh man, I really don't like what this Windrunner did. She skilled the level 1 Shackle there. If she had Power Shot or Windrun, and Wind ran over on top of those heroes and slowed them or something, she would have created a lot more presence and impact, and like they would have won that 5v4 engagement. But
potentially could have also power shotted down the Dazzle. It was just sitting at the
exactly.
back.
Like power shot or wind run is better. Just the shackle shot, it didn't latch anything, and it did like absolutely nothing.
It's kind of hard to like ignore though, because you've seen shackle shot so many times just win you fights.
Oh yeah, that's the hero, man. You hit a double shackle and you win the game.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Alright, so Moon Meander's under a lot of pressure on this top. He's going to get voided up. Now, he went for his mana burn first level, so he's trying to screw around here with Skylark. But Skylark still has also got one mango of his own as well as a clarity. So he can keep these Iron Shell spamming out for a while if he wants to, well, until that happens.
Crit's in trouble, I think. Oh, never mind. The Night Stalker couldn't get in range for the Void because he has boots at level 1. So yeah, this is the best the Bane can do. He can just play really aggressive, be very annoying. Thug actually started on the safe lane with a null talisman, so he doesn't have much regen. And the Windrunner is getting zoned out by the Dazzle now because Dazzle has the high ground, but I guess that'll be contested now. So in general, the lanes are panning out pretty standard, I would say. There's a lot of aggression coming out of OG, as you can see, but I think they recognize the need to do this. They have to play aggressive and get an early advantage, otherwise they'll have a really hard time.
I'm interested to see this build coming out from Kaiser. Not item build as such, skill build. As he gets lucky for the bounty rune. No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just this look to see how greedy alchemists get, with the high levels up in acid spray compared to Greaves and to the Grievel's greed, and if you then want to be looking into any form of stun. So if you're looking for any kind of aggression up against Miracle, like maybe next time he's going to rotate himself in and be that aggression up against Miracle. And well, hitting that shackle, it doesn't latch for long enough, and there's no power shot follow up. In fact, Wind Ranger comes 1, Raise 2, attacks from the tower is already down below 170 life.
Yeah, Miracle's very satisfied with this exchange so far. Again, SF, one of the best heroes at mid against Alchemist, just by the fact that he has so much damage with the Necromastery, and he can just start denying.
Bottom lane, they start with the Nightmare. Wolfstone's going to catch out both of them with a double edge. Thug just gets destroyed, and they want to go for more with the Night Stalker here. The Shadow Wave damage from flying, not really doing that much, as they weren't really surrounding him. But there is going to be a quick pause coming out from the Queen of Pain as she DCs, so it's an automatic pause that arrives. But this Night Stalker is in a little bit of trouble. Another double edge is available. There's no brain sap. So I don't know if this Night Stalker really dies from this, unless they get a body block.
Yeah, I think they will. Between Dazzle's and Bane's right clicks, that's gonna guarantee like at least 200 damage. Double edge, run right click from Centaur. This Night Stalker is, in my head, it's most likely dead. Because Bane has boots as well, so he can run him down too, worst case scenario.
I suppose if things also get in trouble, Centaur can just use his mango on crit, and that gives him brain
Oh,
sap
yeah.
damage.
That's true too. Actually, I'm not sure if he would think about that one, but maybe he can just mangle himself in a second as well, because his stomp is up soon, and he doesn't have boots, but I think if he just sticks on him, he'll have the range.
So
But yeah, level 2 Wind Ranger at mid. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this every time I see it. Like I know last time I saw this was when Vici did it against Secret. They picked it against Weeha, so Weeha doesn't get it. And then they supported this Wind Ranger, and she was like super useless around the map, trying to max Shackle and just never there on time because the hero is limited to its devices of being very immobile early on.
but this is the greed that you play for.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely will work if they scale. Again, like we have an Alchemist in the game that can pull Ags as well, so the options are there. But not a good start for the Golden Boy safe lane for sure. This Queen of Pain dying like this doesn't have enough money for boots. She'll probably buy some more regen and rotate back to the lane as the Night Stalker's dying here.
Yeah. Well, let's watch it. Night Stalker's actually going to run a little bit further up to the side, and you're right. That's the guaranteed physical damage from Crit and Fly, and the double edge from No Tail does its work as well. And he's probably going to be picking up his Tranquil Boots in a moment. So you get a really armory regenerating Centaur.
Oh, look at mid.
I am having a squiz. What am I looking for?
The Alchemist items.
The Soul Ring first.
Yeah, never seen this against SF. Actually, I haven't seen this from mid in general, ever. Everybody just goes bottle. Frankly, I'm not sure about this one. I think it's great to have the regen, and I'm always a believer of the casual soap mask on Alk because it doubles up 1.5 times the regen on the chemical rage when you ulti. But this I don't know about because he really wants that bottle to be able to grab bounty runes and stuff. But I guess he's kind of forfeiting runes this game, saying that OG is going to be really aggressive and have rune control with their supports.
So at that point, he's just like, I gotta spray out acid spray, and that's all. Like that's
Yeah.
That's a bit of a defeatist way to look at the mid lane, however.
Yeah, I still don't know. Like, you're kind of forfeiting mid completely at this rate because the SF will deny every creep under the acid, 100%. If there's a hero that can do it, it's SF.
It's that consistent damage. Like you want to find
Exactly.
the easiest way to do CS in a lane. You just have consistent damage going to work. Maybe next time it's being stalked out by this Invis Dazzle. Bane doesn't have enough damage for this. Even let's say it's a level 1 Shadow Wave. But if maybe next time even Inch is close enough to Miracle, he's gonna kill him. As the Nyx Assassin just gets a solo kill on the Darkseer. That wasn't even Vendetta, that's just Mana Burn and Spike.
No Vendetta. He used one Mango. He's got Mana Boots now, and yeah, this Nyx is going to have a pretty good game, honestly.
Yep. This is GB having a lineup which really does well with momentum, and they're getting it too. Crit's waiting for the Brain Sap timing. He needs 2 attacks into maybe next time. The Shackle won't be able to latch here, and that means Crit's in a world of hurt. Goes for the Brain Sap over on Kaiser, and he's a little bit too deep. The power shot's going to miss. The creep wave is actually being aggroed out at the moment, and Crit keeps the run going. He binds up an entire urn, and no one's died just yet. Miracle with this raise coming back off cooldown. There's your guarantee kill there, and Crit's going to die to the tower. You're still having a little bit of experience coming into the Alchemist, but he just walked all the way back to his tier 2 tower mid to the tier 2 tower in bottom lane to chase a kill on a Bane, which he did not claim.
Yeah, it's basically space. I thought he was actually going to run straight into the base. I've started to notice some players do that, and it's pretty smart, actually.
I'm actually wrong. He didn't get any experience for that.
Was he? Didn't he?
No, according to the teamfight recap, he didn't get anything. The Bane just died of
I don't know about
causes,
that one. The teamfight recap's actually pretty bugged from what I've seen.
Yeah,
I think he was in range.
True.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
like extremely buggy. I don't rely on it anymore at all. There are times like even the numbers when it says like the Bane was killed and 139 gold is split amongst the Radiant there. I don't think it's a number that's always accurate because that means they got 40 gold for that kill and it's like almost nothing literally. It might be possible though.
Nyx. Murder. On the dance floor. Wind Ranger's dead. Easy Vendetta initiation as well as stun. Looks like the Centaur ult is going to be used to get Crit away as well. And also potentially initiate into mid. Night Stalker comes to TP in. And, well, what's he really got? There's no mana on this Night Stalker available. Like, he silences on the Nyx Assassin. But they're fine with this. And a TP coming back from the Wind Ranger. Their Observer Ward, which is sitting in the lane, allows GB to at least know what they can try and fight up against. But at the same time, OG have their own Obs Ward there, which GB don't know about. It got planted before the Radiant Observer Ward went down, and they put down a Radiant Sentry Ward looking for it, but it was out of range. So they're feeling very comfortable in the mid, which they're not.
Yeah. This is going pretty bad for GB so far. If it's not just the numbers showing, it's the fact that OG are basically winning all 3 lanes. We've already seen Centaur use Stampede. I think we've seen it once, and the second time will come out pretty soon, I think, because he's on the way to a Blink Dagger. And of course we have Crit, who's already got an Urn of Shadows as well. Seems like everybody on OG is generally farming well, whereas on Golden Boys, only the Alchemist, and that's because he has stacks.
And he's only just started the stacks now.
Yeah.
Like he's at 3.6k, and this is where the Soul Ring does kind of help.
These
him
are
out.
a lot of stacks, though.
Yeah.
Toby. Yeah.
This is some really good money, and we look for that timing. Looks like we might also be looking for that death. Crit. Nightmare's over on Skylark. Keeps that Iron Shell, at least one of them, away from himself. But he can't walk forever. And that'll be the next Assassin. Trying to mob pump the rest of the pieces here. Skylark as well as Night Stalker going to cop a little bit of the aggro from the creep wave. The rotation's coming in. Nope. It's Centaur getting a kill on the Queen of Pain. And actually giving that movement speed with the Stampede for Nyx Assassin to get the kill on the top. So Night Stalker's going to go down solo to the Nyx Assassin. One more attack. What's he waiting for? Wow. 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 Is this really happening? Is this really happening? They're just playing with each other. And Crit will come in and he'll take the kill. They just smile at each other. But this will allow Crit to get himself Arcane Boots.
Well then.
The posturing.
Oh, we have a Dead Wind Ranger.
Oh, miracle. He's got a haste rune as well. Kaiser's going to get out of here.
Easy steal on the remains of the stack. Just 2 creeps, but it's free, so why not?
Skylark, is he going to do anything with this? Miracle's the neighborhood. He's winding up the Requiem and gets silenced. That Observer Ward just around the corner again, letting GB fight against it, but the Requiem will come out. He's got a melee raise as well with the Osprey down. Miracle, he'll with his death ulti get the kill on the Night Stalker. All 5 heroes from GB come in to try and defend this, while Meander balls up the stun. Darkseer moving a little bit too fast to get that impale off. It is rather difficult, however.
Oh yeah, that was that was actually a really, really nice dodge by the Darkseer. His reaction speed there was really good. But he's level 7 now, and he still has a skill point that he hasn't used, so I'm not sure if he's going to use it for the vacuum or the wall. Probably the vacuum, but generally speaking, it was really fast reactions out of him.
He might
and
be,
as you said,
he might be deciding as well. Like, if he needs a stun, then he levels up the vacuum. If he needs the wall, if there's like a decent team fight kicking off, may as well use it.
Yeah.
Crit's got his level 6.
Yeah. They're both rotating top. Crit's showing himself, of course. It is daytime after all. And yeah, I don't really expect too much aggression coming out of these two at the top lane here for now. But nighttime in 2 minutes, and
try bottom lane.
Night is closing on 6.
Queen of Pain gonna blink underneath their own tower. Nyx Assassin. Well, Moon, he needs to do nothing. He can't stop that. Safe TP away to safety.
He's everywhere though. This Nyx Assassin, he's being so aggressive. He's just making a play everywhere. His score doesn't really show it, but that's partly due to the fact that him and the Night Stalker had a troll session at top. He really has been everywhere so far, I think.
Yeah. He's also making space by doing this. With the changes to Vendetta, like the duration now is just so damn long that you're able to rotate around and try and find these kills without too much trouble. And Crit, he's a pretty safe support. Like, you want to initiate on him with those 2 heroes that rotate at top. It's like, okay, what are you going to do up against Crit? Darkseer runs forward, and you're like, okay, I Nightmare one, I Fiend Script the other. You cancel that. By the time you've done that, I've probably got TP support coming in, or a Brain Saps to get so much life back, or take so much life that you can't keep the attack going. So you end up losing on that one. The Nyx Assassin running in with Vendetta, and he scouts out the Night Stalker, even to a point where, okay, Night Stalker is way too far out. Gets hit by the Vendetta, hit by the stun, and with the Brain Sap damage, they need a little bit more. They commit Fiend Script to ensure at least the lockdown control. While No-Tail gets very aggressive, blinking in behind that mid tower.
Oh, and this is one of those Darkseers that are skipping boots.
Just to get that mech up.
Yep. Not a fan of it personally, but who knows? Maybe if the mech comes out faster than it should have. it might make an impact. But as it
He's kind of
stands,
got no choice though. Like you've seen this from OG time and time again, where they group up around that 11, 13-minute mark when you got that mecha from Miracle, and they just burn through everything. But OG have switched it
they're
up
going
because
in.
now with a double hoof stomp,
Oh my
Miracle
goodness.
doesn't even wind up the ult. He just goes for the quick raise. The Shadow Blade let him come in close and give that earlier vision. 13-3 right now in favor of OG. And they're going to find another one. Double edge from Notel. Perfect jump. He doesn't have a lot of life as he starts. Oh! Okay. He starts to TP and Thug's just like, I gotta slap you down. Uses the Sonic Wave to do so.
yeah, that's a big kill for him. Almost 700 gold out of that kill. It's 12 minutes in, so he needs every bit of net worth, especially after that laning phase, not going their way. But as we see, everybody's kind of got their first item up, although most of the important heroes anyway. Alchemist has his Radiance and has gone for a 404 build. Miracle has the Shadow Blade, which we saw the demonstration of earlier with the Centaur Stampede. Centaur has the Blink, and Nyx Assassin closing in on Blink or Midas. I'm not sure which he's going to opt for.
Are you actually thinking that? Because with the Shadow Blade pickup on Miracle, I was wondering if you look for a Greaves pickup on Nyx. I know they're sitting in a really aggressive position now, but like do you even need the mech on this OG lineup? Well, hello, team fight, Thug. Locked in. The Shackle kicks out, but Miracle's ulti. That Night Stalker didn't stand a chance, and neither does Kaiser. It's a triple kill for Miracle. Okay. Screw mech. Get a Desolator on Miracle. They could win this game in little to no time. But they're going to go standard. It's a Yasha coming in the way of Miracle.
Probably an SNY, maybe a Manta, but I don't see... Actually, there are some spells that he wants to Manta off this game, but I don't see it to being of significant impact. If anything, he wants SNY BKB so he can close out the game, I guess. Or just go for Roshan and go like Scotty, I don't know. He can really do anything here. He's sitting at 9-1 on SF, and as you mentioned with the Nyx, I don't know. Greaves actually seems like a pretty decent option because they can high ground with it.
Yep.
But yeah, it's really up to them. They're so far ahead right now. 4-17, complete map control. It's really looking very one-sided so far.
They're going for more kills. The Radiant Sentry's down, but with the Observer Wall on the hillside, and it belongs to the Dire side as well, so OG don't really get anything from this. In fact, they're going to lose Courier. Nope. Too late to attack it.
Yeah, he's got Blink. He went for the Blink on Nyx as well.
Yeah.
So again, this is going to be like how they want to play with the 20-minute timing where they snowball the SF completely and just have multiple 3/2 position heroes between the Nyx as well as the Centaur to just make the play with the initiation for the SF. And there's the Courier Snipe.
Yep.
Oh, the Dire one was almost sniped out by the Night Stalker as well.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that low. I was in perspective mode watching the donkey of GB get completely exploded into balls of blood. Alright, so goodbye to your Observer Ward. Flying's going to get rid of that with the Sentry. Makes Night Stalker a little bit more jumpy as he's walking around in an Invis rune. And he might find Miracle. It is the mana for SF.
Yeah. Very old school build coming out of the SF. He's gonna have some problems against the Radiance evasion, I think. It might be a pretty big nuisance, I feel. So that's why I thought he would want the BKB more than anything else. But Manta does remove the Quap SS.
Center ulti. Looks like they missed the Fiend script. The Hoof Stomp. But there's still enough damage to kill off Kaiser. Maybe next time. Looking to do some more damage to crit, but in comes Moon Meander. Misses on the stun once again. As maybe next time goes into the tree line. The Spy Carapace is up, so no one wants to attack into him. And in fact, he'll blink himself back out. The crit jumps forward. They still had the vision from the weave, so he decides to just go straight for the Brain Sap and kill off the Wind Ranger.
Yep, they've got 3 blinks, and the Golden Boys, they're lacking Space Makers. They have an Alchemist, but then they have a whole bunch of Intel heroes that can't walk out into the map because of a Nyx.
They got an Alchemist with no strength as well. It's the downside about picking up the Radiance. You talk about the missed percentage chance on the Alchemist. With all the nuke damage that OG have got, they can easily just cut through this Alchemist and take the Radiance off the field. And they're looking to go again. That's a very... Okay, if Notel waited half a second longer, it would have been a guaranteed kill over on the Night Stalker. Now they're switching the Nightmare over as Night Stalker. Well, he's going to have to go through the full duration of this. And the stun will also connect. Notel back in again with a Hoof Stomp Iron Shell. Let's keep trying to mana burn down this Night Stalker until Nyx Assassin, whom Meander shackled to a tree and destroyed.
Yeah, that was probably just a miscommunication thing. You could tell that all the players of OG didn't really want to do that by the back and forth movements that they had. And in the end, Moon was the one that paid for it because he was the one closest to it. But you could tell he didn't want to go for that.
Yeah.
Oh, if they get the ult though,
Okay.
they got him.
That makes it worth it for OG, especially at the same time as Miracle gets himself a DD rune, uses his illusions to tank, so he could just beat all the bonus damage he's got into Roshan. And because he's so high level, he's even got 3 points up in Presence of the Dark Lord, giving negative armor to Roshan.
Yeah, this SF at 17 minutes, he has 12k net worth, Toby. This is the definition of a snowballing SF right here.
It's 12k net worth. He's level 14. The highest level next to him is level 11 on the Centaur as well as the Alchemist.
Yeah.
Like, level 15 now, I should say. While top lane, Thug, Hoof Stomp, dead. That's
Yeah, I mean,
very simple.
what can I say? It's a nice kill, again, but this is like the only way you could really see this game going after the first 5 minutes. This game, it would either go 30 minutes with Golden Boy's picks surviving the lanes, and I guess that's mainly a result of OG not doing much or not playing aggressive, and then they would just win with the Alchemist pick getting like 20k net worth, 30k net worth,
Yep.
or they just lose to the SF that gets way too fat, and I think this is the second scenario here.
SG beat looking rough, but don't worry, it's the best of 5. There's a lot more opportunities they're going to get to play up against OG. That's good practice for them as well, as now Crit jumps forward.
Bane.
The Nightmare, but the Centaur stun, actually missing the triple stun. He was trying to go for us. The Hoof Stomp from No-Tail that really saved a lot of that. The Shackle, wow, actually lashed the latch with a big Sonic Wave going to work. Centaur's in trouble. There's no way back out of this one. So he just double edges the Creep Wave to try and slow it down. Fly's also just being chased down. It's a double kill arriving for Thug with the perfect Sonic Wave. And OG losing 3 players. Watch the swing happen.
That's definitely a series of throws, I think. Their SF wasn't there, and I think they had to communicate whether the SF was there or not, because if he wasn't there, I don't think there's any more room for plays, especially behind the tier 2 like that, when the tier 2 is at 80% HP. So that was just a really heavy dive. But Miracle's going in here for a kill, and he has a Mask of Madness as well.
He's also got a haste rune.
Yeah.
So we have a Mask of Madness Shadow Fiend. You want to make this old school? I don't think this has been invented in school for the SF.
Well, this is like a... Mask of Madness is actually like a real good recipe for a loss most of the time. It's like very all in. If your push fails with the Mask of Madness, most of the time the SF will just like feed like a ridiculous amount of net worth, and then it's gonna be really hard to come back. But he has the Aegis, and he's been dominating relatively hard this game, so we'll just have to see how it happens.
It's just delaying something like a Skadi, which you could have gone into.
Yeah.
But okay, Shackle on Fly. Maybe next time Wind runs away. He's expecting a trap.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna see it with Miracle running forward. Thug with one attack
hit.
loses almost half of his life.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. He could just have played a standard game with a Dominator and gone for like Scotty next, and probably pushed the high ground alone.
But that's the beauty about something like that's what I kind of like about the Shadow Blade as well. Like most people forget about the bonus damage you get with your first attack. It allows you to do this surprise physical damage, and then you can follow up with 3 raises as well.
Yeah, Shadow Blade is definitely very powerful. Blink, Shadow Blade. SF always needs 1 mobility item, unless you get mech and you just want to play like a turtle. So, well, I mean, mobility is everything he's got this game. I mean, he's got Manta Style with movement speed, Mask of Madness, Shadow Blade.
They're getting rid of all these sentry wards now. There's a gem over on Crit. So GB are going blind on the map. They've got 1 observer ward left, which is over inside the jungle. A little bit deeper. And then, well, that sentry ward lasted long. Blink forward. Rumian is able to get that stun off. Thug just wants to blink himself away from this fight, however. He does have the Sonic Wave, but without a combo to ensure a kill, there's no point throwing out, because Fly will just repair most of the damage. Next, does he have enough?
Oh, what's going?
Oh, Moon. They're going to stampede themselves through and then realize they can't properly initiate. Fly again going to get shackled up, and there's no saving him. Sonic Wave ensures the kill. In fact, Night Stalker was going for more. Centaur's going to get silenced up for a bit. The blink forward from Moon Meander is able to stun up over on that Night Stalker, and they go for the secondary Hoof Stomp. Not actually coming from No-Tail eventually. He just sits there and watches.
In the meantime, Miracle was quietly pushing bottom alone, and now I think he's going to get a solo snipe on the NS. Well, he showed himself to top right now.
He was expecting NS to be running back, but NS ran north instead.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a TP scroll, though. So he's got to outrun them.
Yeah. Well, this is space no matter what. At this point, he's actually wasted the time of so many players on OG that could have been farming. That this is worth. And Miracle just says, forget it. I'm gonna go for somebody else. They have so much vision around the map. Like they're just cutting off like this whole area beyond the base.
Miracle, miracle. Oh, guys. Oh, it's just it's not the dream. It really is not the dream. And they can't commit enough to get detection. Like you saw the sentry wall being planted. It was on bottom lane for a grand total of 1 second before it was dewarded. Because Chris just being so thorough, checking the GB
Yeah, they're just
side
hunting
map.
them. Yeah, they're just hunting them relentlessly. Look at these heroes. You can't run to the centaur because he might just aggress on you with Stampede Blink. You can't run out because there might be a Nyx assassin. You can't run out because there's a Shadowblade SF.
Oh, this might be out of work. Well, maybe not. The Fiend flies. Burst damage is too much. Nice could try to run from behind. And with that Hoof Stomp keeping the Darkseer out, he couldn't go for a vac. There was no wall available anyway. It was on cooldown when he initiated in. And that puts 3 heroes in the sidelines for GB. And, well, Moon's coming in for even more than that. Spire Carapace returns the stun into the Queen of Pain. The buyback comes in from the Night Stalker, delaying any item he could have purchased.
Wow, they're all backing.
It's
they...
it's the back out before you go for the initiation. Like that's got to be it. There's no
there's no
reason to
kind
return.
of thing. Yeah, just saying, hey, he just popped back. Let's reset kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's fine. I expect Miracle to start hitting high ground any moment now. I just it hasn't been happening, but
If he gets 500 more gold, he's got himself the demon. Actually, is that the demon? Okay, yeah,
Oh.
just over 500 gold. He's got himself a full Monkey King bar. Nice blink back wall, combining with the Sonic Wave and the double shackle fly, as well as Moon Meander, really caught with that pants down. And Night Stalker wants to run away, can't do it in time. Crew will blink to make sure this gem is protected as they get the straight trade off. A Miracle, not there. Coming to check out Roshan.
he actually is just farming and ignoring his team the whole game.
Yep.
These guys, like, they must be like having the time of their lives or something. I don't know what's going on.
They're having a bit of fun. Like you're getting an Aghanims first item over on a Dazzle, like first major item. The Bane's going Blink BKB. That's a little bit more normal, and the Centaur's also staring down in now his full Aghanim scepter.
Yeah, okay, so this is his Radiance evasion solution. He's got the MKB. Now maybe he'll finally push high ground. I'm not sure. Shadowblade?
It's the timing for Miracle to attack. It's the timing for all of OG to attack. Like they could wait until Roshan possibly spawns up in about 30 seconds, and they're coming down to actually gank up Miracle.
Oh
so the
my
attack,
gosh.
can he actually get himself out of this one? He's going to try and bait with the illusions, which did actually cop one of the stuns. It took out the Alchemist stun. The Fiend's Grip follow-up. Wind Ranger gets destroyed, and Moon Meander got himself to the front lines, able to get the earlier stun, but Miracle, look at the damage output onto Kaiser. He is going to get destroyed. The Nightmare is down. Someone take it off so they could just stun him. There it is. And one more attack from Miracle. This game is over, man. They will take bottom racks at this point, and they should never leave again. They own the GB base.
Yeah. In my head, I think Miracle could have done this 5 minutes, 10 minutes ago, but getting an MKB is completely fine. This buyback's not going to accomplish anything. If anything, Thugs.
Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my.
This is why this hero, this Shadow Fiend, it's first pick, first ban every game right now.
It
Probably
really
the
is.
best hero at mid right now, for sure. And you pair it up with some of these physical heroes.
Oh, that's nice.
Back wall.
The back wall, but really, what can it do? Your Meg Charge goes off, but with 1 or 2 attacks from Miracle, you lose a hero. Like, you at least got the Nyx Assassin, so Moon Meander dropped. They're buying back. They're coming back to the fight. The Shackle's going to latch over on Miracle. That melee ranks is just so low and enticing that you want to have it. The Nightmare dodge for the concoction. Miracle, get out of the wall. Looking for a Mana Star dodge. The jump in from Notel, going in very deep. And crit. He's just doing so much. He's still got himself that Nightmare again if he needs to try and help save anyone. But Nyx Assassin, Moon almost with a dieback here. The blink forward, the Spike Carapace a little bit too late. In fact, he will tick out. It'll be the Night Stalker's Urn, which was able to reach him and bring down that Nyx Assassin.
You know, the funny thing is, on Golden Boy's lineup there, The highest source of damage they had was an illusion of miracle. That's what basically took down the Knicks there. So there it
GG.
is, game one done. Yeah, but going back to it, Toby, these physical damage heroes between Dazzle, Slaughter, SF, they're just so powerful right now.
They really are. They really are, man. It's crazy to think too that like you look at the draft and think, okay, what do I ban out in the first two? And you've still got heroes like Tuskar, Spirit Breaker, Doombringer that you have to take out, which allows these heroes just to slip through the pool. You got no choice but to let them through.
Yeah, every team bans and picks differently right now, but so it's definitely a very versatile meta for sure.
That it is. All right, break time. We'll be back after the short break for game number 2 of this best of 5 third place matchup. OG going up against GB. Who will come out on top of the 2-letter characters? We'll be finding out after this short break.